Movie fucking theaters, the place where you go to watch a movie in peace while two teenagers in the back are making out and a stuck-up white 40-year-old, no, not you, Nolan, but the white stuck-up 40-year-old Karen is in front watching a movie that's rated R with her three kids that are like 3 or 4. Still remember that shit. I don't know how they got passed by it, but hey, that's it. That's the thing. Karens, come on, what the fuck are you doing, guys? And ever since COVID, movie theaters have been shut down, but you know, ever since time passed, some places have handled it well, some places haven't. Like here in the United States. But regardless, there are still some theaters opening up in the USA all over. And theaters have been open for a while all over the world too. New Zealand, China recently, a lot of other places. And ever since they reopened all over the world and even some in the USA, yeah, a lot of crazy shit has happened. Alright? And I mean like some shit that can potentially, we're not there yet, but it could kill the movie theater experience. And what I mean by that is, earlier this year, you guys remember Trolls 2 World Tour where they had fucking DJ Khaled and all that. It was supposed to be released in theaters, right? But the thing was, they weren't open. So what did Universal do? They said, fuck it, we'll just drop it on VOD. And that is a good plan. And as a matter of fact, I hope other movies would do that, but they're not. But here's the thing. So when a movie is like slated to come out in theaters, what usually happens is like they'll sign a deal with like a movie theater company saying it's going to come out here, and that's it. Period. That's done. But what Universal did, they were like, oh, we're not going to let Universals know. Universal apparently figured out this was going to happen through like online, like Twitter, websites, Deadline, and all that. So obviously that pissed them off, and then the whole, oh, we're banning Universal movies forever. And then shit got real, and then Regal was like, yeah, we're not going to play movies, shits like that too. And pretty much everyone was in the same realm, was all like, yeah, we're not going to play you unless you follow our rules, right? And then that is when everything changed. And then now that theaters are open a few months later, Universal and AMC have reached a new deal, and it's kind of bad. But it's bad for them. Good for people who just want to watch movies, but really shitty for people like me who actually love going to the movie theaters a lot. So the new deal is, yeah, we're going to play your movies in our theaters, but after 14 days, you guys can do whatever you want with it. You could either let us keep it in the movie theaters, or after that, you could put it on VOD. And that's really bad, because usually for a movie to go on VOD, video on demand, DVD, Blu-ray, and all that shit, it has to be like 3 months after the movie comes out. And now with this new shit through, all it's going to take is just 2 weeks to see a movie on Blu-ray, DVD, VOD, and all that stuff. And that's really bad, because movie theaters usually make their money after like the first week of every brand new movie, right? Which is why Endgame made like a fuckload of money, because it stayed in theaters for that long, and it wasn't on like VOD, Blu-ray, any of that shit till like August, which is like 4 months after it was on. It was in theaters, but even then it was still playing in theaters. So now with this new window, no one really knows. Well, I don't even know how it's gonna play out, but so far it is a really bad thing, because if it's only 14, let's say Fast 9 comes out, right, and it makes a fuckload of money in the first 2 weeks. If Universal's like satisfied with that much and we're like, okay, we're gonna take it out, we're gonna put it on like VOD, that's gonna kill movies, because now movies won't have like new movies to be on there. And if it keeps on repeating with like AMC, like every 2 weeks it's out, then every other company might want to start that trend. Although there's another trend we're gonna talk about later. But yeah, movie theaters they usually make money out of is the very expensive popcorn, soda, licorice. Sorry, not liquor, but it did say liquor. They would make a lot more than they do, but usually off the concessions, right? And also mostly they make money like weeks after the movie has premiered. So like they'll have a contract with theaters saying like, okay, first week you get 80, second week you get 60%, and then by a third week you get 50, and then from there on like the money's yours. Like we won't necessarily like that's our deal pretty much. So obviously 2 weeks that deal is gonna have to change, and a lot of movies aren't gonna make that much money except for like studio money when you guys buy it online, and theaters will be dead. I love going to the movie theaters, right? I love seeing fucking trailers that last 30 fucking minutes. It's annoying, but I still love seeing it. I love having that theater experience with like the sounds all around you. There's the big ass fucking screen, and I love that shit. So it would really be sad to see like, I don't know, 5 to 6 years from now theaters die out because of this new deal. Thankfully, not every studio and theater company are agreed to this deal. Only Universal and AMC are like, yeah, we're through with this deal. But everywhere else they're saying, yeah, you want to do that? All right, well, fuck you. Well, we're not going with that. So either AMC is still going to be in business, but the Universal deal, the difference is like, okay, 2 weeks, maybe not that much. Most likely what happened, maybe it'll change like 2 months to the 3 months for like the theater window, and then after to go on VOD. But the whole 2 weeks, if theaters to say fuck it, and studios say, well, fuck it, then yeah, that'd be really bad. And it's funny because Disney, right after this announcement, they're like, "Oh, well, we're not, we won't ever do that. 2 weeks is blah. We love the theater experiences." And then, like a few days later, they announced Mulan would appear on Disney Plus for like $30. No, you heard that right. It's going to be on Disney Plus, a streaming service you already fucking pay for. And then you're gonna go on it, and you're gonna see a Mulan, and you have to buy it for $30. Disney, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, honestly, like, how, why? I mean, I get you're trying to get more money because of the pandemic, but like, that's maybe worse than what Universal and AMC did. At least the movies will be in theaters. Yours is just like, nah, fuck it, let's get over with it right now, buddy. Let's just get it over with, and that's really bad. And here's why it's bad. Because if you guys actually buy the movie, and you know what, I'm not going to tell you, don't buy it, do buy it. It's all up to you. I don't give a fuck. I'm probably going to watch it very differently. Definitely not in theaters, but definitely not in Disney Plus, if you know what I mean. But if Mulan makes money, yeah, you guys are going to bet your ass you're going to hear Black Widow's going to be here on Disney Plus. And it probably won't be for like $40. It'll probably be like 50, 60. And I'm not willing to pay that much money for just a movie, especially a Marvel movie, okay? I love Marvel, but guys, I'm broke. I mean, I can barely go to the drive-in for like $10. And here's the thing, and if that successes, every other streaming service is gonna start wanting to do that. Okay? If theaters, as they're reopening right now, but then COVID spikes go over and over again, and like it's all the way up, you're gonna hear Warner Bros. Saying exclusive to HBO Max for like $40, Wonder Woman 1984. And my biggest fear, you're gonna be hearing Dune exclusively on HBO Max for like $50, and I don't really want that. And then if that's successful, you're going to hear all these other streaming services, alright? But here's why it could fail, okay? Or maybe here's why it's not the best idea and why it's probably not that great of a idea. Netflix has not done this, and they're really successful. I guarantee you, Mulan, which is put on Disney Plus, and they're like, okay, it's on Disney Plus, watch it whenever you want. They would get more and more and more and more, like, fucking subscribers to Disney Plus. But Netflix has never done this, and here's why. They know it's a bad they know it's already bad enough marketing the way they do things, and they know if they charge people like $30 to see, I don't know, the new Project Power movie, it wouldn't make that much money. But then again, it's not Disney, it's kind of Netflix's own thing. It's kind of like, could you guys imagine paying like, I don't know, $20, $30 for seeing The Kissing Booth? The Kissing Booth, guys, come on, that's $20 for that? You can find that shit, if it wasn't Netflix, it'd be on Redbox for like $1 a night. But, you know, and like, theaters just having a hard time, you know, we have AMC and the whole Universal shit going on, the theatrical window that's shorted more than known. We have Disney Plus saying, alright, we'll just put it on our service and we're going to charge more people more money. And if that was the end of it, we have Christopher Nolan pushing Tenet to open out immediately. Nolan, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, couldn't you just wait? Couldn't you just, like, push it a year, Max? No? Oh, I wonder why. I'll tell you why. Because in his contract deals with Warner Brothers saying he has a very big percent amount of the box office numbers that comes in. Like, somewhere around 40 through 60, I don't know. I might be wrong, but I know it's a lot. That's the main reason why he wants it. And the other reason why he wants Tenet to come out now is because he wants to be the savior of cinema. Which is, no offense, but if theaters do open and like it is successful and spikes don't go up, it's not because of you, it's probably because of that Russell Crowe movie Unhinged. That was the first movie to come out. Realistically, sorry bro, you're not it. But Nolan is like pushing for this movie. It was supposed to come out in mid-July. We're going to push it 2 more weeks. Okay. It was supposed to open mid-August. We're going to push it 2 weeks. It was supposed to open mid-August. Well, we're going to push it to 2 weeks. We're actually at the end of August other place, but most likely 2 weeks for everywhere else. It's like, bro, alright. And then, you know, I'm like, alright. Fine. Let's let it open. But at least drive-ins, right? At least I can go to my drive-in and watch Tenet, right? No. This motherfucker wants to be audacious. He wants to, like, it has to be on the big screen. That's why it's not on Coming Soon no more on any of the drive-ins you look up right now. It used to be there, but now it's not. Why? Because Nolan, he's all like, no, bro, I wanted the fucking big screen. I want to see it there. And I could be wrong. By the time I upload this, I mean, for all I know, maybe Tenet's has to be in drive-in. But for right now, the fact that he's even having this conversation and argument with the studio, it really shows, like, he's a great filmmaker, but he's also really greedy. Which makes me sad, because he is one of my favorite filmmakers. He's not my number one. But it's just like, why can't we just watch Tenet safely? Because the big screen. And I don't know how I feel about that. Nolan, bro, come on. Put it in drive-ins at least. And if not, well then, oh well. By the time I upload, it should be Friday, so theaters aren't open anyway. And Personally, I'm still 50-50 if I do go to the theaters when they open up here in LA. They're not here open in LA and New York, if my understanding yet. But when they do, I'm still personally 50-50 because a part of me does want to go back to theaters. I miss that place. I miss seeing trailers. I miss the big screen. I miss that theatrical experience. And I'd love to see Back to the Future. I'd love to see Rocky. I'd love to see Empire on the big screen again because, you know, post-COVID, I don't think we're ever going to get that chance. And if we do, like, it won't be on, like, AMC. I'd have to, like, search up, like, pretentious theaters that do this, like, every 5 to 6 years that show movies. But if you do go, please wear a mask. Social distance, definitely, and many theaters should be having hand sanitizer, and be very selective about which theater you go and make sure that's not too much people, because some theaters they are taking precaution. Cinemark, my favorite in the heart. That's where the people at. But like other theaters like AMC, they say they're doing social distance, but it doesn't really look like it, which worries me because I love AMC too. I have the A-list, but if they're like that with the theaters by the time I open up, and hopefully they fix this soon, but if they're still not socially distancing like themselves from seats, AMC, man, come on, step it up. Stop being stupid. Stop being greedy. And guys, one more thing. Don't eat or drink in a movie theater. I know it's hard because that's what we usually do, but don't eat and drink. That's how you spread it. Once you take off your mask, and when you eat popcorn, we'll get one and like, and we might not know we have it, but that could spread. And I know it's hard for like not drinking, but like even when we're masked down and we're drinking, like we could still spread it because your mask is still down. So please don't eat or drink in the theater. Personally, if I do go, again, I'm still very 50-50 on it. Please don't eat or drink because I know I won't if I do end up going. I simply won't. I'll probably just go have my mask on. But also, follow procedures when they say like you're gonna take people out one by row. Don't just be an asshole and like step out and then other people stepping out and you bump into them. That's a real douchey thing to do. But if you guys don't feel comfortable going out to a theater and like sitting somewhere, that's perfectly understandable. But an alternative, and I have been vocal about this for the past months, is try to look for a drive-thru around your area. I know in LA there's not much here. There's like more drive-thrus outside of LA, but it's like 20 to like 10 to like 30 minutes away outside of LA. But even then, they're still pretty good to watch and see. And I'm pretty sure that's how new movies are going to come out there, even if Tenet doesn't, because we have a prestigious fuck not wanting to. But still, drive-ins are better. You get to eat in your own car, you get to drink in your own car, you're socially distanced. They'll tell you a radio station to turn on so you can hear the volume. It's a far better experience. So if you don't feel comfortable going to a movie theater, but you still want to go somewhere to go watch a movie, drive-ins, they are your place. I have a link down for all my LA people. If you want to go, there's like tons of them, so I'll put a link there. They're about $10 for each person. Sometimes it's $20 for just an entire car. But yeah, see how it goes. Now, if everything does go to plan and theaters open up and AMC fixed the problem also, but other theaters like they're very cautious and they're handling all well. And if we see movie theaters like processing going up and they're making money, what could happen potentially is that some countries go, oh, that's making okay. We're gonna move this back. Like we're gonna move Quiet Place Part 2 back into October, or we're gonna put Halloween back in October. And personally, that really shouldn't happen. I think the less amount of movies we have right now is better because that means like less people would go, right? And yes, to stop the spread, but also because like you don't want a theater too crowded by the time like there's a lot more. I know by the end of the year we should have like 5 movies at least: Free Guy, West Side Story, Dune, a bunch of others, Coming to America, that one too. But I think it's better, we have less movies from now because it's a less crowded theater. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just think studios shouldn't move anything. Just keep the release dates how they are. New Mutants, wow, that's finally coming out. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, guys, that's all I really have to say about this video. It's a little bit more serious than I was intended, but still, when they do open up in LA or wherever you are, if you do go to the theater, wear a mask, be safe, be cautious, know your surroundings, try not to eat or drink anything. If you don't like going to movie theaters because of the pandemic, drive-ins are your place. Stay safe, everyone, and I hope post-COVID we can all go back and go see like a big movie together, hopefully. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. See ya.